Got this Xbox partner preview.
Crazy.
There's a lot of good stuff out of there.
Crazy segue.
Yeah.
I think it was.
You know what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, this was cool because even though there wasn't anything on there that was entirely mind blowing, it's Xbox is like, because they had released something not too long ago, and I didn't expect them to show up so soon to actually announce new games, b stuff for the Game Pass, and see just brand new announcements. Like this was like a complete surprise to me, even though if like most of the stuff was it's like alright, like it's not like it's nothing like, oh my god, I gotta play this. But it was just cool to have different options, especially for stuff that is releasing in the summertime. That oh man, that's cool. And like that's something like, because usually summers, for the most part, aside from last year, usually summers is pretty dry. So it's cool to have games to look forward to and to try, and then it's gonna be on the Game Pass. So like even so it's
Shout outs to No Rest for the Wicked, bro. That game looks, I need that game now. I need that shit immediately. And you know what's crazy about some of these games, right? Maybe it's just the way I feel about games lately in general. But a lot of the games that I've seen from like the Nintendo Directs, this thing, like some of the Sony stuff, I guess, but more so Microsoft and Nintendo, they show a lot of games that the normal quote unquote people wouldn't classify as like AAA, right? But in the back of my head, when I see these games, I'm way more interested in these games than a lot of these AAA games that they do show. Like, because I know that when some of these games come out, they're gonna just drop, and they're probably gonna be phenomenal, right? Because a lot of these games, we don't even you don't see much news coverage about them because they're not quote unquote AAA. And then when they come out, like everyone's like, oh wait, this game's actually a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, amazing game, right? And then just magically everyone cares about it. So now I'm kind of trained to look more at these smaller games than the big ones that we usually get hyped for. So when I see Xbox doing stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, I prefer this over whatever the fuck Sony's doing, because Sony's last shit was what they showed like every trailer with some. Actually, no, the last one I can't say that because they haven't really been showing anything AAA recently. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think Sony needs to take notes right now, because Nintendo and Microsoft are, for me personally, doing work. Because like I said, I care way more about these smaller games than a lot of the AAA stuff coming out. And I don't know.
I think that's what people just really wanted to see was the games, right? Like everyone's like, Microsoft doesn't have any games, and they did that Bethesda mostly direct, right?
Technically, they still really don't, but
but this is
because a lot of these are multi-plat
these are
whatever.
multi-platinum partner reviews. But the initial partner preview, or the one that they did, what was it, last month or about a month and a half ago, something like that, with the Bethesda games. Like it was just show off games that are dropping on your system that are accessible. Most of these are on Game Pass or going to be available through Game Pass. So
I'm just gonna accept that I'm gonna piss people off, but I don't look. It's called the Xbox partner preview, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck that it's Xbox, to be honest. Most people that actually like enjoy games, right, are watching this so they can see whatever's new. It doesn't matter what it's on. Doesn't matter where it is, like what system it's on. If it's new and it looks cool, people are gonna play it, right? That's what I watch them for. Like I don't give like the labels, the companies don't mean anything to me. And when I see like, oh, Xbox is announcing this game, oh, it's multi-plat, cool. I'm not gonna buy it on Xbox, but I'm gonna buy it. Thank you for showing it to me, right? Yeah. I don't give a fuck what it's on. Some of these games look dope, and I'm gonna probably play it on PC or Game Pass or whatever. I mean, I'm just glad that they're showing shit that's not the same bullshit that Sony shows every fucking 6 months. Another Last of Us remake or fucking. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna shit on it. God of War DLC for a game like I know they're gonna show Spider-Man DLC eventually, and I'm like, that's great, right? Cool. Can we get back to the PS3 era where Sony was showing like these crazy, like out of left field games that nobody expected to be good that ended up being good? Like I want shit like that again.
Yeah,
I don't care about the games that I already know you're making, bruh. I know you're making another Last of Us game. I know you're making the Wolverine game. I know you're probably working on fucking another Uncharted or some shit. We know, like, where's the rest of this shit at? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why I was impressed by this one, because they were showing a lot of games with kind of cool, unique ideas, like this Alters things where you clone yourself to try to like get off the planet, and then it's just like, oh man. And then I was thinking in my head, man, what if there's like a serial killer version of you?
Yeah.
Spaceship
I'm like, I like good ideas.
Like, it's
and a
like
lot
a cool
of
idea.
unique
a
ideas.
lot of these AAA games are not very good at incorporating new ideas because they're risks, right? They put all this money into the game, they don't want to take risks. But I'm glad we're back in this era where we're getting shit like this again. It might not be from Sony like it was before, but it's from everybody else.
Yeah, and I could agree with what you said, where it's like the only thing that I see about it being like as part of like an Xbox announcement or partner preview is that I might not have to spend money on these games if they're on the Game Pass. That's
and
that's
not
it.
even that.
Other
It's just
than
a new
that-
game is a new game, no
a new
matter
game's
where
a
it
new
is.
game, exactly.
Like,
But it might have that benefit of just being on the Game Pass, and then I can give it a try without any big spending or anything like that. But it doesn't matter because there's quite a few games here that I'm interested in buying anyway. A lot of good things that they're just out there, man. Like, it's just like cool ideas. You know what it takes me? One of the devs or publishers that I've been kind of like interested in anything that they put out is Devolver Digital, because it's just always out there and new and unique, and this gave me a feel of that. A lot of
like
these
I always
games
have in
gave
the
me
back
a
of my
feel
head
of
that thought, would I play this? Like when they show it to me, I'm like, it looks cool idea, right? But then when it comes out, I'm like, fuck, okay, maybe I do want to play this. like there's so many games that they'll show that might not get the proper showing at some of these events. But then when you actually start seeing like the game and how it plays, the gameplay and shit like that, you know what a good example of that was? Cult of the Lamb. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah. But like Cult of the Lamb was a game that they showed it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It took me a while to get to it,
and then
but
it came out and I was like, oh shit, this game's
interested.
godlike. Yeah.
It kind of sucks that some games don't get the right marketing push. You know what I mean? They market it as some other games.
They gotta just fit them in. Yeah. They usually quote unquote the filler games, right? During some of these events. The filler games in between the AAA announcements. But I'm more interested in the filler games now.
Yeah. I mean, all these games look interesting. Like the Ava game, which is basically, I mean, I don't know what it is. I guess it's Power World, kind of, but not really. But you know, you control animals and.
Yeah, I told you, we're gonna see a bunch of those now.
It's like that with Mario Sunshine is how I put that game, because it looked like we're cleaning shit.
See a lot of those now.
But they also shadow dropped the Stalker series.
Yeah. That's cool.
Stalker original trilogy. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so that's cool, as in like, you know, having something new for people to try. I've never got into those games personally, but that's cool. Like that Unknown game, the first thing that they showed was kind of cool, but I didn't know what to think, because it was like a stealth game, but then like she's mad powerful. So then in my head, I'm like, well then,
why would I play stealth?
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying.
To me, the name's just kind of weird, but that's fine.
Yeah, the Unknown 9 is kind of like whatever. The sleight of hand sounds cool, but they didn't show gameplay, and so I was like, but I hope it's good, because I've been wanting to play like Spy Ship, dude. I want a new 007 game. Like,
We're getting it.
Need it.
We're getting it.
I want
eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. And then they go ahead.
No, sorry. I was gonna say FF14 is because it was in beta, right? Like that they're on Xbox, or is it fully
launching
out
at the end of the month. It's launching at the end of the month. Yeah.
That's cool.
Which is kind of crazy. That's still huge, because that game is old.
Yeah.
Like, let me not say old. Obviously, it's been around for a while. Like, so that's a big announcement for them, which is especially in like Europe, because apparently in Europe that's like a big thing. I don't know, but cool. Y'all know I love that game. I want more people to play, but I'm blocking every Xbox user. Now let me stop.
All the sprouts.
They did announce. I think this is where they announced the P3 DLC for the final thing. So for people,
that's cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
I was wondering where the fuck it was.
Oh, of
course they charge you for it.
Yeah, of course. The first Berserker gets a new trailer, which was pretty cool. Like that DNF game, but it's kind of like Code Vein.
That game
looks
amazing.
Dope. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like DNF isn't like a series that I follow closely lore wise, because the first game that got me into it was the fighting game.
That game is gonna blow up, because DNF is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Just the way that game looks, it looks unique too.
But the character designs in that series is like second to none. Like it's so sick. All those characters look sick. So yeah, it's cool to see like DNF in his other forms, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be dope.
Nope. I've been fiending for a good RTS because I haven't played a good RTS in quite some time. And that Frostpunk 2 game, I didn't even know it existed until like about a week ago. And I don't know, it was a short little trailer, but I was just like, man, this looks kind of like I would get into it. I wanted to get into it. Like the Dune one dropped as well, and I was like, I just want to like play.
The first game. The first game was godlike.
Yeah.
Godlike. It's fucking probably a godlike Steam Deck game.
Yeah, I think I heard like a good synopsis on it, and it was just kind of like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But
yeah, the first game is fire.
Yeah.
It's always on sale. It was like $5, I think.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have
and then